Down on the clock again. Feel like I'm playing in a game that I can never win. Time is running out, I know I gotta make a choice. So many whispers in my ear that I can't hear my voice. Tell me, will it end the situation that I'm in? Or am I bound to sit alone, drowning in my sin? Get right or get left, what will it be? Time is running out, the blood is flowing down the streets. People need to know we're living in a war zone.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loot Bros Podcast. I'm your host, Resident Darrell, and this week's episode is going to be a little special, something cool lined up for you guys. What we have is Kalai and JT come together, and they do a giant deep dive into the Backlog Beatdown. I want to give a shout out to Kalai and JT for knocking this episode out. We've had some scheduling issues, and I've had a lot of interviews and stuff that I've lined up, so I have another episode I'll be dropping here in the next couple of days. Listen at me, I can't talk already. Where myself and legacy comic book creator and founder, author, writer, half creator of the Godfo universe, Dan Evans, we get together and we talk about like just what we call the Iron Age, or what is being called the Iron Age on the internet these days. Is about the creators creating. It's a very interesting conversation. We have a couple good laughs, and it's a good time. So that'll be coming up here in the coming days. But I want to get in here real quick, give a special shout out to the patrons, give a special shout out to everyone who's been checking out our Last of Us deep dives on HBO Max. If you're not a patron, go join the Patreon. Now, there's no better time than now. We have multiple tiers. You can get involved for as little as $1, as much as $25, or as much as you want to throw at us, however you want to handle that. But right now, we have monthly Super Loot Bros episodes. Those are more topic focused, more, sometimes it's just me getting on there and tackling a specific subject, and or I might just get on there and talk about games. And then we have the deep dive. Currently, right now, with the deep dive, we are knocking out, myself and Tricky Mick are knocking out The Last of Us, the HBO Max show The Last of Us. And I'm telling you, this past episode, we reviewed episode 7, was a blast. We had one of Tricky's buddies named Tross on. We had a really good time, bunch of good laughs. It was an excellent episode, if I do say so myself. So go check out the Patreon and listen to those. And because there's so many of them, there's 9 of them, what we're doing is each week we're coming together and we're recording a Patreon episode. So go check that stuff out. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to patch in Gareth's trophy rarity update. So what we're going to do is we're going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and patch in the rarity update right now. You guys are going to listen to the smooth, sultry sounds of Gaz Davis, and then we're going to jump into the conversation with Kalai and JT. So she'll do an intro and all that stuff. So you'll hear me do an intro in the beginning, then there's no intro later on. Just enjoy yourselves. You got twice the intro, which is twice the fun. So thank you guys so much. Be sure to check out the Patreon and check out the Resident Darrell YouTube channel. New videos dropping each and every week. Help me beat my daughter. She is spanking me right now. I'm at 132 subs and she is at 202 subs. So we were about 9 away from each other. And I had another bet with her where I said, I'll beat you by the end of February. And then she jumped 70 subscribers on me. So you guys go check out Resident Darrell on YouTube, where I do my weekly video game hunting and pickup videos. Every so often, about every 3 weeks or so, I kind of sprinkle in a mystery box episode where the kids get together and open up a bunch of random packages, video games that I bought. The video that's coming up this week, that's going to go live this week, will be a giant lot of games. I say a giant lot. I mean, that's a large lot of games. I don't even know what's in all of it. So I bought a bunch of stuff and I'm going to open it up on camera. Super excited to see what's in there. I did see a little sneak peek. There is a Pokemon game in there somewhere. So I'm probably going to break this entire lot that I bought this weekend into 2 videos. Go check it out. Resident Darrell on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. And here is Gaz.
It's the Loot Bros podcast. We're going to talk about video games and mow your grass. Loot Bros podcast. We're going to talk about butts and slurp and penises. So stay tuned.
Hello and welcome back to another edition of the Rarity Update. This is a late recording. I'm trying to squeeze in after a busy day today, so hopefully it will hit the podcast in time to be included. If not, apologies. I will get straight into it. As I said on the written version, that overall it seems to be a bit of a quieter week this week. The numbers are down overall in terms of points scored, platinums earned, rarest trophies not as rare as they have been overall, although there was one particular one, which was two particular ones actually that were very good. It is hard actually, sort of. I had a quiet week myself, and it is hard trying to sort of maintain those high points by earning ultra rare or very rare trophies. And sometimes you need to take a step back, take a break from it, and just enjoy what you're playing, regardless, and not even think about the contest. That's not even why this was set up. It was just as an added extra bit of fun competition. So it doesn't matter where you are in the league, what you're doing, what you're playing. All it is, a bit of fun, and I like to exploit that fun out of you lot. So. Starting at the league table, bottom place, no change. Zach, or one plat, Zach, the bearded nerd, is on -1. No movement from him this week in terms of points. Games played, trophies earned, -1, 25th place. Kalai is still in 24th on 6 points. Again, another person who didn't earn any trophies from this week. And sitting just above her in 23rd place is Darth Knight, who did earn a couple of trophies and 2 points this week, taking him to 15 points. Played a bit of Hogwarts Legacy, and it looks like, speaking of Legacy, it looks like it was Legacy trophies that did him the 2 points he's got, because his rarest was 55.64%. There isn't much change in the bottom, so it's as you were for a lot of these until we get to 18th place. But in 22nd is Tross. Congratulations, by the way, on your anticipated arrival of your newborn. Enjoy having even less time to game. But Tross had 6 points this week and is on 33 points. It's still playing Hogwarts Legacy, which looks like it's a big game. I have seen two people I know glitch. I think Duke's being one of them, but it does seem like there's a glitch collectible in that game, so beware of that. Next up, after Tross, is Styling. So I'm styling on you, bro. Had a good week, despite not having his PlayStation since September. He had 13 points. He had some increase in his ultra rare trophies. Obviously, gaining, coming up from very rare to ultra rare, but he had 13 points, so it takes him on to 59 points. In 20th place, is Departed 570. He had another 20-point week. I think that was his best week so far of the contest. He's on a total of 77, so coming up to that 100-point mark. And another Hogwarts Legacy, that's everybody who's earned a trophy up to this point, if they have earned one, has been from Hogwarts Legacy. So proving to be a popular game, one that I'll anticipate picking up at some point. Not yet, never pay full price for a game. In 19th place, and still in 19th place, is Tricky Mick. And he is on 84 points. He was level on 84 with Jared for the past 2 weeks. Jared has moved ahead now. Tricky Mick's playing fairly, a game I wouldn't have anticipated playing, Sifu. Not supposed to be the easiest of games, albeit is 9 points this week. It's taken to 84. Is all legacy because his rarest trophy was at 54.27%, and that was in Sifu. Instead of sharing a points tally with Fred, he's actually doing it now with Riley, who did 84 points. He had 7 points this week, and it's another Hogwarts Legacy. So he has dropped down thanks to sort of Jared's increase and rise of the table. Another player to have dropped a position is Homer. Congratulations on getting your PS5. I had to send Homer a message, or get Yield to send Homer a message, because he had locked down his trophies to such an extent that they were no longer visible on PSN profiles. That has all been sorted, and he's 4 points this week, playing a bit of Wild Hearts. He's on 87 points with 3 points ahead of Riley and Tricky. And then Jared or Stink Palm was the big mover down towards the bottom. He had 20 points this week, a total of 95. So I would expect him to be at the 100-point mark by next week. And he's been earning some of the rarer trophies in the quarry. And his rarest this week was at 18.26% for Hard Pass. Sadek is up next. He is in 15th place, which is where he seems to have been for quite some time. Another 9 points this week, taking him to 118. He's always sort of floating there and thereabouts on that number of weekly increase. His rarest trophy was in Mortal Kombat 11. The next two players in 13th and 14th place both had negative points, actually. So 14th place was MZ. He was minus 5 points, taking him back down to 180. Doing a bit of co-op with Yield, Zombie Army 4. A fairly decent trophy, though, 8.65%. Dan Busters from that game. And next is JT, who has dropped down a place from 12th to 13th. And he's with minus 4 points this week, so on 209 points. So 39 points clear of MZ, and his rarest trophy was at 30.64%. I think he's playing Tales of Arise, I believe. So up one place from 13th up to 12th, so exchanging places with JT is Resident Darrell. He had a good week for him, so better than some of his previous weeks, but 27 points, that's good from him. He's 6 points clear of JT on 215 points, and his rarest trophy this week was another decent one. It's a rare trophy, 18.87% in Modern Warfare 2. So Darrell is now on the climb up into 12th place, and he is chasing down his Loot Bros podcast host, Joseph, who is on 267 points, only a 5-point increase this week, and he is playing Tales of Arise. That means JT isn't playing Tales of Arise yet. I've got them mixed up, so I can't even remember what JT is playing. But Joe with 5 points, 267 points overall, playing Tales of Arise. Another mover up, which I did anticipate from when he joined, is Diego, EDJ3DG. Rolls off your tongue, that name. 20 points clear of Joe. 287 points, 49 points this week, including the game completion Tetris effect, which is got some really good trophies to earn for this contest, and that was actually the platinum in that was the rarest trophy of the week as well. So well done to you, Diego. 1.89%. Another decent week was from Yield. He had 53 points this week, taking him to 340. So he's now crossed the 300-point barrier. His rarest trophy was a decent one again, very rare, 6.82% in Defunct. But it seems as though that has a bugged platinum list. So that I don't think it's unobtainable necessarily. I think he may need to revert back to a non-patched version of the game if that's possible. But he'll probably be looking to get that done at some point. But decent week from Yield, 53 points. And closing the gap on 8th place, Affectitious Donk, who it says he's climbed, which is true. He had 80 points, but that 80 points does consist of 2 weeks worth, because we didn't have his figures to hand last week due to sort of some kind of glitch on the PSN profiles, which had removed him temporarily from the leaderboards. So now we're back up to where we should be. He is on 13 points ahead of Yield. His rarest trophy was in Theatre Rhythm, 21.19%. So the next group, the top 7, Dupes remains in 7th place. 14 points this week. So he's starting to see now those negatives not take effect, or certainly not as bad as what they were. So he seems to be, I think he's had positives the last 2 weeks. He had, as I said, 14 points, 369 in total. So not a huge lead over CJ. But he has been playing Octopath Traveler. Another new game. Dupes does like his day ones. So we'll see what happens to those trophies as they mature. In 6th place, staying in 6th, is the Grounded Gamer. 16 points this week for him, taking him across the 400-point barrier. And he was playing a bit of Arcade Paradise. 28.06% Rarity is rarest. And then we have Alex in making up the first person in the top 5. So 5th place is Alex. He stays in 5th. It was a good week from Alex, though. 56 points. I think he had a full game completion from start to finish this week. Another space game, having just completed the Dead Space Platinum. He has now gone and completed Heavenly Bodies. So well done to you, Alex, on that one. And a decent Platinum at 10.24%. So he is on 545 points. Pulling away from Alex, though, is Marky Fraser, who he was the highest scorer this week. So well done to you, Mark. 119 points, the only person to actually get above 100 points this week, which is unusual. Normally we've had sort of 2, 3, 4 people at least sort of do it. But yeah, it was only Mark that managed it. It does say on there that his rarest trophy is in Gems of War. That isn't the case. His rarest trophy, which needs to be updated on the sheet, is 0.48%. So that actually gives him the rarest trophy of the whole contest, not just the week. The reason I'd missed it was I know that the update was done, when I did the update, it was done on the 25th. Obviously, he earned the trophy on the 25th, maybe an hour or 2 after I'd done the update, and when I hadn't gone that far back when I was going through the trophies. So it is included in the score. It's just not mentioned on the spreadsheet as of yet as a rare trophy. But well done to Mark, both on the points tally and on the rarest trophy. So he is on 639 points. So he is now closing the gap on Rick, who is still in 3rd place on 678 points. 37 points this week again from Rick, including the Platinum in Skyrim. So well done for that. Steady performance this week, I would say. The last couple of weeks have been fairly steady. But it has allowed me to nip in 2nd place, which is where I've maintained. I didn't score much more than Rick this week, 41 points, with my rarest trophy coming in Knockout City, which I am working towards the Platinum on. That's not going to come imminently, though, because it's because of the daily challenges trophy. I need 100, and they only 3 a day get released. So it's at least 34 days that you've got to play for that to get that one. So I'm only about halfway through that probably. But I had 41 points this week and 752 in total, so 70 odd points ahead of Rick in 2nd place, and which is no surprise, as you probably guessed already. Number 1 spot is held by Meeks Goats a lot, George. So well done to you. He was close to 100 points, 98 points actually in total. So another super week from him. He is now the first player to break the 4-digit barrier. So he's on 1,080 points, giving a massive lead of over 300. So yeah, you can't take that away from him. And his rarest trophy was in Goat Simulator this week. So well done to everybody who's taken part this week and earned trophies this week towards the table. We'll go into the rarest trophies of the week. So the rarest trophies from 5th to 1st is Yield with Forest Fever in Defunct at 6.82%, and that was for completing the level Into the Woods without dying or restarting. In 4th place is Dupes, his trophy Mysteries of Night Sky in Octopath Traveler, 5.87%, and that was for completing Oswald and Particio's Crossed Path. That may well be a trophy that becomes more common looking at the description of that. I was at number 3 with Point Guard in Knockout City at 5.83%, and that was for 1,000 knockout assists. So number 2 was Certified Platinum Tetris Effect, 1.89% by Diego. And number 1 is Mark Fraser, despite what it says on the sheet. I can't tell you what game it is. I think it's Mortal Kombat X at 0.48%. And I haven't got it. What you have to do in that, but I know he has got it. So well done to you, Mark. Well done to Diego. 2 really rare trophies on that, which actually affects the top 5 rarest trophies overall. With now the qualifying score to get into that top 5 is Tetris Effect at 1.89% by Diego. That's in 5th place. 4th place is Pro Team by Yield in Deep Rock Galactic. 3rd, myself, You Got Cornered in Kickoff Revival at 1.14%. Rick at Capcom Arcade Stadium, Hardcore Gamer at 0.84%. And now Mark Fraser with his 0.48%, which I will confirm for the next update what that entails and what trophy that is. So that brings us on to the weekly platinums. Again, not too many compared to previous weeks. So we've got Darrell playing Save Room for the 2nd time. Obviously a different version this time, but he is earned platinum on that, which is an 89.04% platinum. Mies Goatsalot also played that game and platinumed it. So well done to you, both of you, for platinum that Ratalaika game. Next is Mark Fraser, Pinball Heroes from PS Plus Premium at 82.74%. After that is JT, who actually got the Platinum Persona 5 Royal. I thought that one would be a bit rarer than it is, but it isn't. It's a 43.66% trophy, because I hear that's a long game, so that's a quite high percentage for such a long game. Not one that I would touch, but still fairly impressive. Next up is Redbeard Rick for getting the platinum in Skyrim for about the 19th time. So well done to Rick. Alex for getting his platinum in Heavenly Bodies. Is he going to go for another space-themed game to make it hat trick? Who knows? And the rarest platinum of the week is Diego with Tetris Effect at 1.89%. So that's it. That's basically the week in summary. I've tried to do it quick just so I can get it across to the guys to upload it. It's been a busy day. I will be announcing details of a little, and it will only be little, additional sort of competition that I'll be having within here just to earn yourself either $10, £10, €10 gift card. It will be for completing a game. I'll give you an option, maybe a list of 3, 4 or 5 games. You only need to qualify. You only need to complete one. It has to be 100%. The games will be a mix. They won't be super tough. What will happen is once you get that, once you've done that game and it appears on your list, you will then go into a draw, and the winner, everyone who does it, go into draw, and the winner will receive the gift card, PSN gift card. So just a little one to keep your eyes peeled out for. I'll probably announce it on the next audio or announce it in the Facebook group, Trophy Looting group, what those games are. I just need to have a look through them to pick them out. But I'll try to make it a nice mix of something for everybody. As I said, they won't be Super Meat Boy-esque or anything like that. So it's everyone will have a fair chance to do it. And if you complete it, you go in for the draw. So and that'll run until the end of May. That is when the cutoff for that point to play that game will be. So plenty of time to do it. whichever one you choose. And as I said, I will announce those at some point in due course. But for now, that is me done. So enjoy your upcoming week. Enjoy the weekend ahead. I'm not sure if there's going to be an audio next week, unfortunately. I'm hoping there will be. It's just that I'm away next weekend. It may also mean that the update, for those who want to know and have asked, when I do the update, and tend to do it on a Saturday, I may be doing the update on early to get it done, and it might be on a Friday evening GMT time zone, just because I'm going to be pretty occupied all weekend as my foot golf starts again this weekend. So I have a Saturday and Sunday all day doing that. So yeah, that's me over and out. Hope you enjoyed the update, and yeah, catch you later.
I feel the minutes count down on the clock again. Feel like I'm playing in a game that I can never win. Time is running out, I know I gotta make a choice. So many whispers in my ear that I can't hear my voice. Tell me, will it end the situation that I'm in? Or am I bound to sit alone, drowning in my sin? Get right or get left, what will it be?
Another episode of the Loot Bros podcast. How is everybody doing tonight? I'm your gaming gal, Kalai, and with me today is the commish himself, that one cigar. JT, what's up, my friend?
Poop Socks McGee in the house.
Yeah, the commissioner.
The mayo jar has arrived.
That's Commissioner Poop Socks McGee.
Commissioner JT Poop Socks McGee. My name is fucking Mayo. That's right. They say it in the shoutouts at Last Stand Media. Woo!
So a lot of you probably are wondering why I haven't been on the podcast. It's been a very tough couple of months, unfortunately, with to those that don't know, my husband has cancer. We've been fighting that. They had his dose up high enough that it was making him violently sick. And so I've been taking care of him. I also had to have surgery myself because I thought I had a torn meniscus. I have 3 tears in my knee that they took care of. I currently cannot walk. I stumble around the house. But that doesn't mean I'm not playing games and thinking of you all. So everything is looking up. I'm getting better. So I thought I'd come back with an update to the Backlog Beatdown because you guys are killing it this year. Am I right, JT?
Oh boy. It's only been like 2 months and we already have more than the last 6 months of last year.
You're right.
That's
right.
Crazy.
Well, before we go any further into this discussion, let's start our show off as we always do. Let us toast to our Patreon producers. So that's Sadik, Amzi, and the commish himself. My name is Mayo. I also want to give a toast out to all of you who have supported me through this long journey of life that has been happening to me.
Yeah, you are having like 80-year-old problems as you
you better watch what you were gonna say.
I don't know how old you are, so like I'd imagine you're in your like late 30s or so.
Oh, I'll take that. I'm actually going to be 45.
All right, yeah.
Next month.
So you're at the age where you still shouldn't be having these severe problems.
No, and you know what? The worst part is what's making my knee so much worse is they was misdiagnosed. I went to a doctor and the doctor was like, "You have arthritis." I said, "Well, what can I do for that, doc?" He said, "Lose weight." I said, "Okay, yeah, because that's easy for me, obviously." And I finally, right before I started my new job, a week before I started my new job, this PT I was seeing was like, "Go see our new doctor. He's awesome." And he like hit a spot on my knee. He goes, "I think you have a torn meniscus that we don't see on the MRI." And lo and behold, I had 3 of them. So since it was 2 years for them to diagnose because I was misdiagnosed, my upper leg is absolutely, like they said that my quads were so knotted and tense from having to deal with it for 2 years that now that relief is there, it doesn't really know how to work. So I'm in PT 3 times a week right now.
Well, I hope you get it back, because like that, I don't know what I would do if I just couldn't walk. I'm a pacer, so
Yeah, I can't sit still. And like
I can't.
my legs, my legs were like I had to sit still with my leg propped up, and I slept in my recliner for like a week with my leg propped up. So I was like, oh God, can't do it. But now like my knee's moving pretty good. The pain from what I was having before is gone, but like I still have pain. I'm still a bit swollen. But at least I can walk up the stairs right now. And God bless my husband who has to help me get in and out of the shower. If you want to think of something really funny, it was like the blind leading the blind here, because my husband was stuck on his chemo routine, which luckily didn't make him as sick, but he still was getting tired. I couldn't walk. So we were taking turns on who had to help who for a week.
Sounds devastating.
It was interesting. You gotta laugh at life so you don't cry. So, all right, let's do our toast so we can get into this.
I don't have anything to toast.
That's all right.
You take that Coke.
I have this.
Is that
actually bubbly.
Is that Coke? No, it's not Coke.
It's strawberry bubbly.
I was just looking at the red, so I assumed it was Coke.
No.
And the line, the silver line, that's a Coke design.
It's actually white.
No, I was talking about the side. If you look at the side, keep on going.
Oh no, I think they're white. It's all white.
Oh,
I don't know.
Never mind.
So JT, what have you been playing?
All right, so I platinumed Persona 5 Royal again.
Really? Now, how does that affect your How does that affect the other Rarity trophy that I'm getting slammed on?
It doesn't. I mean, I only got one uncommon, and that was the platinum, because I already had done most of the stuff. So it's like, and the rest of the stuff was just story related. So I only got 1 point.
Yeah, I was really surprised that you're not on top of that Rarity trophy.
Well, I'm not particularly caring about Rarity. I'm caring about platinuming one game at a time, and you can't really get on top of a Rarity leaderboard if you're doing one game at a time, especially since uncommons and the rares are so easy to get that people could just beat a game and get like 10 points, and then beat a game, get 10 points, because that's how people like Corey get like 100 points in a week, is because he's just playing the uncommon game.
Gotcha, yeah.
If he were to just only allow ultra rares, I would be further in the top, because I think I had the most ultra rare growth right now. I might be
I'm doing
someone
terrible.
Else who has more. I don't know. I think Redbeard Rick has the most. I have the second highest. Well, yeah, you got 0 points for Ghost of Tsushima. You need to do the DLC.
I know. I did half the DLC, and then I was like,
then you probably got some of the points. Some points were
no, I didn't. I completed the DLC. I did all the trophies, but the ones that were worth points.
Oh, you got a really good platinum. I'm not gonna nod you there. Like, I got that platinum. It's really good. It's time consuming, but
yeah, funny story. Well,
I wouldn't say it's hard, but I would say it's time consuming. Like, it's a decent 50-hour chunk of your life. But
well, funny story. I was on the couch for a week. I couldn't get upstairs, and I'm like, all I wanted to do was play Ghost of Tsushima. So my Matt, who's also on the show, came over, bought me from Walmart a spare power cord for my PlayStation 5, and brought my PlayStation 5 and set it up downstairs for me on my little portable TV, so I could sit and play Ghost of Tsushima, so I could finish the platinum.
Oh man, what's next?
Yeah, so now I can move my PlayStation, which is kind of cool.
What's next?
What else have you been playing?
What?
Hogwarts Legacy and Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memories. It's Memories. It's the Final Fantasy rhythm blah 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 version of Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, interesting. Is it fun?
The theater rhythm game of Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, until you are at a specific point of the platinum journey, which is grinding 50 perfect chain songs for Proud on Proud difficulty, which for me in my hands it hurts.
I can imagine.
Because the amount of times I have to press the button, like my hands just get all cramped up. I'm not gonna say it's not doable, but for me right now, like I can only do like around like 5 songs, perfect combos. I mean, perfect chains, which means I don't miss a beat a day, and then I can't play anymore on that game because my hands start to freak out.
Wow.
Because I'm a 31-year-old with hands of a 90-year-old.
It's because you're a computer person. Have you started having problems with your corners here? Your
I've had that since I was 23.
Oh yes, I'm lucky I can't get carpal tunnel.
Well, I can't. I don't have carpal tunnel, but it hurts here sometimes because of how I lean it on the edge of my desk.
Gotcha.
But I do have things like Raynaud syndrome and stuff like that. So my hands are truly of the 90-year-old specimen.
Yeah, you're really good at video games. Better than me.
I wouldn't say I'm good. I'd say that I'm dedicated to the grind, and by doing that, I get better as I play. Because when I first start out in a game, I'm genuinely trash. So, I also did a few boosts of Assassin's Creed 4 in Unity, which is like multiplayer boosting, like forcing trophies to pop by making pre-lobbies of people so that way you can easily feed the online trophies instead of grinding for hundreds of hours, because who wants to do that with Assassin's Creed? Nobody.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with. Well, we'll get to that. Have you been playing anything else?
What else? Hogwarts Legacy. I platinum Sonic Team Racing.
Oh, that's cool. Do you like Hogwarts? I heard good things about it. I haven't gotten it yet.
All right, so I have been told to my face that I was a TERF for buying it. Do you know what that means?
I do not. I'm very sorry.
It means that I am someone who wants to see trans people die.
Oh.
Because of what J.K. Rowling said. And I literally am like, fuck you, I just want to enjoy this game.
Yeah. I haven't bought the game yet, not because of that.
Well,
I mean,
whatever you do, don't Twitch stream this game. People are getting bullied to oblivion to the point where they literally just get canceled.
Wow.
But there was a VTuber that actually retired because, like, they call retirement for VTubers graduation, because she got bullied to oblivion. She is no more. She doesn't want to stream anymore. She just quit.
Wow.
I was like, really? This is human? You're not even doing a good job representing the people that you are trying to represent. Like, and not only that, I know a lot of trans people who are playing fucking Hogwarts Legacy. So it's like, what are you trying to prove?
Yeah, I know. I haven't bought it not because of that, but because I have so many games that I do want to play that I'm like, they're like, oh, let me actually play the games that I do have and actually try not to buy more games.
I'm not gonna defend what J.K. Rowling said in her books, but I do believe that her tweets are pretty much in the most crudest and dumbest way possible to get people pissed at her. She basically said biology exists, and that there is a difference between a real woman and a trans woman, and that people hate her for that.
Yeah, but I also heard that the whole Harry Potter has just gotten so much bigger than her.
It's too late. You can't cancel her. She's making billions off of this. She is the richest woman in the world. There is no way you're canceling this woman.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your woke that way, please.
And it's not like she's like, it's not, you know, I mean, I get why people do it, but there's other people working on these games.
Well, she had nothing. The only thing that she gets out of this is royalties. She actually had nothing to do with the development of this game. And that's the issue here. Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, just be wary that if you do buy this game, there are going to be people who will go after you for it.
So what else? Have you been playing anything else or no?
Yes, Wild Arms, which is a PS1 emulated game. JRPG.
You did emulate? That surprises me.
No, it's not. It does. It does. It's the PS1 emulated game that they put on PlayStation Plus Premium.
Ah.
Those are all emulators. They're not the actual like disc.
Sorry,
game.
yes, I was confused what you're saying. Got it now.
Yeah, no, they're not ports. They're not. They're literally a rip emulation, 1-for-1.
Cool.
So I've been playing that because I was in the mood for like something more like old school, and I enjoy like the more 2.5D type of art style, and because it ages well. It's like 16-bit, 8-bit, stuff like that. It ages way better than the 3D stuff for sure.
Cool. Anything else, or should I talk about what I've been playing?
You can talk about what you've been playing.
So, as you know, I did Platinum Ghost of Tsushima, and then I had to, I was in a kind of a lull of what I was going to play next. So, I've been playing a lot of Vampire Survivors. Have you played that game?
Yes, I have Game Pass. I play it.
Oh, I forgot it's on Game Pass. I bought it on PC. I bought it on PC.
It's also on PC Game Pass. But who likes Xbox Game Pass on PC? That's like I mean, the thing is that it doesn't work well. If it worked better, people would love it.
I also use the streaming service too, so I had no problem with it.
xCloud works great.
It works great on the Steam Deck too.
Oh, it works phenomenally, like anywhere. They did something that Sony tried to do but failed.
Yeah. Well, I bought it before it get to Game Pass.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it was on PC well before then.
Yeah, it was like the #1 game on Steam Deck, and you know how much I paid for it on how much it is on PC?
It's free? Is it free?
It's not free. No, it's not free, but it's a whole $3.99.
Yeah, I didn't think it was expensive.
No. So for anybody that doesn't know, Vampire Survivors is a very addicting roguelike where you kind of auto shoot and all you have to do is survive for 30 minutes, and it's really freaking hard. I got Jim addicted to it. I think he's playing it right now. I think he's thinking about 100%ing the game, JT.
When you mean that, like the Steam version,
Yeah,
like he's gonna get all his Steam achievements.
that's what he wants to do. He's like, I think they're doable.
Oh no, they're doable. There's a lot of people who have the 1000G, so like I'm not gonna say it's common, but it's doable. There's a few thousand out there.
And then Jim and I started Guacamelee 2 co-op, couch co-op. Because I was in the mood for a good co-op game. And we've been playing what is that cooking game that everybody loves?
Overcooked?
Overcooked? Yeah, we've been playing Overcooked 2. With my friend, couch co-op, which is kind of fun. And then I picked up an RPG that I've started. This is my 4th time starting it over in an attempt to actually beat the game.
What is it?
I had the original game, which was only like 5 gigs.
All right.
And then I bought the remastered version because I got a deal on it because I had the original one, which is only 44 gigs.
How did that happen?
So they remastered the game. But I am trying to play Kingdoms of Amalur.
Oh my god! Yes.
Yes! Yes.
Yes.
The remake is 44 gigs.
That game tried so hard to be a Skyrim clone.
It's still good though. And no, I don't think it's.
I love that game. There's a sense of humor in it. Like I find it sort of like Two Worlds, where there's like this. It's very niche into the Western role playing games, and it just fits that niche perfectly.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been playing that. I downloaded it to my Steam Deck.
Oh, that's perfect.
Exactly. See? Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, you're gonna go buy it now, aren't you?
No, I already have it. I have it for both the Steam Deck /PC and PS4. I have the PS4 version. I think that one.
The original or the remaster?
The PS4 version is only the remaster. The original is a PS3 game.
I'm talking about on PC.
The PC, I got both.
Gotcha.
Because I intend to do both.
Well, when it came out, they offered you a deal if you had the original one. You got like 20% off or something. It was like cheaper, 50%. Oh, no, it was 50% off. So it was like $20. So I was like, my husband's like, "Are you really going to play it?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course I'm going to play it." And then I restarted 2 more times. I haven't gotten far in the game. So my goal this year is to actually beat the game. Have you beaten it?
No, I've gotten pretty far, but I feel like if I were to play it again, I have to start over because it's been a while.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
I think the first time I played that game, it was on the 360.
Yeah, I had the collector's edition. Or the special edition that came with the special weapons I had to have. Of course, now every version comes with the special weapons I had to have.
Yeah, cause I have for the 360 because I came to the PS3 way later than anything else. Like, because I was not at first. I wasn't really the biggest fan of Sony's PlayStation 3 because it was like super duper expensive. It was like $600, wasn't it? I don't remember what it was. It was like 600, something like that. It was crazy. And the 360 was like 300, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna just go with the 360. And then my uncle bought me a Nintendo Wii, and I was like, okay, I'm set. I don't really need the PS3. And then after a while, I got the PS3. Like I think it was its third iteration. It was like the extreme slim, like really ugly, like you could hear it right now. I am yeah. Yeah. I don't have to say no. I say no more. It's literally the worst version is the final version of the PS3. It feels like it's going to snap.
Right. I also been playing a little bit of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 as well.
How are you liking that one?
I like it, but I feel like there's a lot of like movie in it.
It's a JRPG.
Yeah, but like excessive movie.
It's a JRPG.
Not as excessive as Kingdom Hearts 3, but pretty excessive.
It's a J. That's my answer. It's a JRPG. I mean, look at every Final Fantasy, every Kingdom Hearts, every even Dragon Quest has so much.
Right,
And the
but
main
at the
character
same-
doesn't even talk.
But at the same time, like, I feel like it doesn't give you any time in between. Like, I feel like there's not a lot of, like in the last game, you would go from village to village, and then eventually you would hit a movie. Like, I'm hitting the next area, and like, here's a 20-minute movie.
Well, my problem with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I didn't have with 1, was that I would get lost, and then I would aggro like some in like the entry level area. I'd aggro like a level like 200 boss, like 200 mob, and they would just come at me, kill one shot me, and I'm like, I'm not playing this game anymore.
You never finished 2?
No,
I beat 2. I love 2.
no. You want to know why I didn't finish 2? Because I think that the main character is annoying as hell. All hell. I think he's a shit voice actor.
Did you put it in Japanese?
No.
That's what I do for it's a JRPG. Why wouldn't you put it in Japanese with subtitles?
I did end up doing that, but like after I got annoyed after like 50 minutes, because I like to know what they're saying in English, because I like testing both. And then like I do that with like Tales of Arise. I do that with all of them, but eventually I tend to sway towards the sub. But I didn't finish Xenoblade Chronicles 2 because I thought that the main character in both of I thought the English voice acting was bad, and I thought the character in general was bad. And I looked up like all of the cinematics, and I was on point. It was pretty bad.
I like 2 because I like the mechanic of being able to switch between your blades in a fight.
Yeah, I thought the combat style was pretty good. I just didn't like the main character, and if you're not going to like the main character, then why would you be in his journey? It's like, I mean, I might go back to it. I got halfway and then stopped.
Right.
I think something better came along, actually. Like, if I really think about it.
All right, are we ready to talk about this backlog beatdown?
You need to start playing The Legend of Heroes. Like that,
Trails of Cold Steel?
No, all of them. They're on Steam. Like every last one of them are on Steam. Trails in the Sky 1 through 3, Trails of Cold Steel 1, 2, 3, and 4. Crossbell, the Trails from Zero, Trails from Azure. By the way, they're all in the same world, and all of them are story relevant. So if you're gonna start with Trails in the Sky 1 and then you gotta end it with Trails of Reverie, because that ends all of that saga.
Oof.
There's like 10 games.
I have to put them on my list.
I think they're all playable on the Steam Deck. I mean, they say that they're not verified, but like they're fully functional.
Yeah, I noticed that with the Steam Deck, is that a lot of them, like, not verified, but they work just fine.
No, yeah. And even Steam acknowledges that the Trails series it's fully functional on all of them. A few of the Yeast ones aren't, which I highly recommend you play those as well. Okay, so we can continue now.
Yeah, all right. So the backlog beatdown, you guys are killing it. Thank you guys so much for participating. I really enjoy running this. I really appreciate JT's help in running this because my life has been absolutely a mess. And JT doesn't like that I wait till a week, the day before the day of the podcast to update all of the stats. Because when I was doing it, he'd be like, I'd get a message, the stats aren't updated yet. I know. I haven't gotten to him. I'll just get to him eventually. But anyway, so let's go to the stats for this year. I Am Silent on Your Bro is 82 points with 17 beaten games.
Yes, he is abusing the list to its degree. I think he has a lot more non-list games, but like he got quite a few games on the list.
Well, I mean, how hard? I mean, really, is he abusing it? Because it's not like he's like. I put on there.
I don't think he's he's played a lot of like the non easy ones, but like what I think is unreal. This guy has to have like no life. He sorry, I'm styling on you. He's getting these games done in like 10, 15 hours.
I know. And that's the thing is that, I know people like Joe was like, he's afraid that people are going to abuse the list and only play off the list. Yeah, we've put some really hard games on there and he's platinum them, like Assassin's Creed.
Those aren't hard.
They may not be hard.
Their time sinks.
Their
time sinks. But they're not. I wouldn't say that they're hard now. But
exactly.
They take you more than 25 hours to do. Like I think Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Revelations is like 30, 40 hours each.
Yeah, I put games like Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb is not that difficult of a platinum, it looks like to me.
I'm not sure, but I hear mixed things. I think it's like a 5 out of 10, which means that it has somewhat of a difficulty curve, but not a lot.
The difficult part is you have to beat all 4 bosses without taking damage.
Yeah, then that is the difficulty curve. That's why it's a 5 out of 10.
I've done one of the 4. You get what's called mantles, and one of the mantles is if you take no damage in a room, then or every time you hit something, if you take no damage, you get a 5% increase to your damage. So if you can get into the habit of doing a whole bunch of rooms and not taking any damage, which is possible, you're putting out 200% of your normal damage. And at end game, your weapons that are like crazy, you can like go in and dodge a couple of things and kill a boss quickly.
Yeah, okay. So there's that way of doing it.
Yeah, so there's a way to do it. I mean, it's still difficult, but it's still not like a lot of time sink like Assassin's Creed. It's not like it's got 100 collectibles.
That's why I don't like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, feather collector.
They're not even feathers. That's only 2.
I know. Well, that's the joke between me and Joe.
That's the Joe joke. I'd say that it's more like a flag collector because they all have flags except for 2.
All right. After I'm Styling on Your Bro is Redbeard Rick with 34 points.
All right. He does have a lot of he is one of the ones that has a lot of the list games. Like he is going in on them. But like he has things like Skyrim, which is like 100 hours. So I'm not gonna like. I don't think that having the list is exploitative because like there's just so many time sinks on there. Like, how is that?
Yeah, we didn't put any easy, and your portion of the list is nothing but RPGs.
There's a few like there's The Last of Us and Last of Us 2 and God of War 2018, which you could say is an RPG in its own right because it has all of that stuff. But like I don't know, it's not. Yeah, pretty much. It's like the platinums in most of my games are like 30 plus hours. They're not going to take you less than that.
Next after him is Mark Duplex, which is 32 points.
Oh, yeah.
Diego is next. Diego is next with 29 points.
Mm-hmm.
Gareth is next with 22 points.
Mm-hmm.
Along with Sadik, they're tied. Darrell has 20 points. Departed 570, who is new to our podcast, so welcome. He's at 16 points. JT, you're at 15 points.
Mm-hmm.
Alex and I Yield are at 14 points. I Yield to No One is at 14 points. Oh, sorry, I said that. I'm sorry. CJ is at 13, and so am I. I'm at 13.
Mm.
Let's see. Dino Killer and John Michael Smart is at 10. Jarrett's at 8. Zach is at 6. James the Nerd is at 5. Matthew's at 3. Oh, I'm really surprised Matthew's at 3. Sid is at 3. Oh, Sid's playing this year. Nice.
Oh,
Haley
Matthew. I think Matthew only got Assassin's Creed Unity.
That can't be right.
Wait. Are you
Matthew
sure,
couldn't have got
Matthew? Yeah, you only. I don't really see him on here. Oh, here it is. Assassin's Creed Unity 1, 2, 3.
Is that the only Assassin's Creed that's not on the?
Yeah. There was only the list only had Assassin's Creed. No, almost all of them are on the list, Kalai. The only there's only like 2 Revelations, Brotherhood, 3, 4.
Yeah, because Jim put that on his list.
There's only 5 out of like, I don't know, like 10. I don't know, 20, like maybe 15. If you think about it, there's probably like 20 Assassin's Creed games out there.
We have Haley Pickle at 2, and Noah the Builder at 2. Wait, and where's Tricky on here?
The whopping 0.
Oh, I see that.
Do you want to know why?
Why? Do tell.
Because he's busy getting 800 platinums in a month.
Hence why he wanted to use that thing where it records his time played.
No, I think that was a good suggestion. I think the reason why I stopped. Listen, if you have a suggestion, shoot it by me, and I'll look at it. And I did look at it. I read the site, but then I looked at it. I was like, this only records your data. And then like I'm looking at it further. It's like this records everything. This records like your pause data too. Like the moment you turn on the game, it records it. And I'm in my eyes, I see that I'm like, this isn't legit. But it was an interesting site. I think I'm glad I know about it now. But like, because it'd be cool to use. But as a general site. But like, personally, with the Backlog Beatdown, that is not. We're not looking. There is no disputes. I literally say if it's allowed or not. That's it.
Yeah, and we did this for a reason, because we want this to be a fun event. We don't want you guys to be pettying over every game you play or how many hours you play in a game. I want you guys to be literally having fun with the games you do have. Which, for Tricky, I'm surprised that he hasn't at least gotten on the board once, because he's trying to, I don't know, he's so concerned about our rules, but yet he hasn't posted a single entry.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people who aren't in the event, quote unquote, do that as well. Like Corey. Oh.
So, what do you think about this whole list and how we structured it this year? Now that you've been playing the games,
I want to add more games. Well, two of my games are on the list: Hogwarts Legacy and Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. I'm going for the platinum in both of those for the full points, but like as far as the list as a whole, I think when people get points, it gives them an adrenaline rush, and then like they have more fun with it. So if there's a way to give more points, I think it increases our participation in a way.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of, and it's not like you can memorize that list. So we put games in and all your score jumps 10 points because you just happen to play a game on the list. Kind of a nice surprise, in my opinion.
Yeah, I want to put I want to do this thing where I put 5 games per month on the list. I just randomly put 5 games on the list with it during a month, and then the next month I do it again, or 2. I don't know, something weird and totally not based, where I just go in at random, say, okay, we're adding 2 more games as a surprise. I don't know, but I was thinking about that, but I like the list.
Yeah, I think it's definitely an interesting addition. And our Discord's been blowing up with all of the people that have been playing games and enjoying the spirit of the competition.
Yeah, I think the Discord at one point was dying, and I think for a good portion of why it's doing well now is because of the Backlog Beatdown.
Yeah, people seem to be really enjoying the event. We hope to keep absolutely adding more to the event and keep doing it every year. Now, if you look at that list, I'm styling on your bro. He's got 31 points.
Yeah, not all of his points. I was saying that he only got he doesn't have I said at first he's abusing the list, but then I was like, wait, no. He there are 3 games that he played from that list.
Yeah.
And then every other game is just some simulator game that he's played that takes 20 to 50 hours to complete, maybe even 100 plus, and he's getting it done in a week. And I'm like, dude, do you have a job?
Yeah, but no, some of these.
I like his style.
I'm looking. Oh, he didn't actually platinum the Halo games, or 100% of them, I should say.
Well, he 100% the whole Master Chief Collection.
Wow.
I think he had already done it last year, so that's the reason why they're not fully. That's why I think he only has 5. I think was it 5 points for beating a game? Yeah, it's 5, right?
Oh, from the list?
Yeah, from the list, 5 points for beating the game.
I don't even remember.
What was it, 1 point for beating it, 1 point for the 2022 or below bonus. Oh my god, 2 for it being, was it 4?
Oh no, I'm sorry. He did 100% Halo Reach. I totally missed it.
I think
he beat the game.
I think he was he was there were a few games that he had done in there that he had already either beaten or already had 100%. He was just replaying them for the fun of it. But I believe most of them are just games that he's already beaten. He was just cleaning up the achievements.
Yeah, that's.
I think nearly every Halo game that he's played this year, which I don't think I think it was 2 or 1 or 3, 1 to 3. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But they're all games that he had already beaten last year.
Wait. Hold on a second. I'm like looking at this again. Quick. When did Persona 4 Golden come out on the PS4?
This year.
Wow.
Which is another thing that I'm thinking about changing is with ports and remasters, not remakes, but ports and remasters, which are pretty much 4K ports.
Yeah, but we shouldn't change it this year.
Yeah, we already started this year. I'm just saying, like,
Exactly.
next year, we should probably just allow it for the 2022, the 2023 bonus at that point. Because they're literally just ports. they're the same game.
And I'm very, very surprised CJ beating The Witcher 3.
I'm not. He platinum Final Fantasy 14.
But that game is longer than an hour.
But Final Fantasy 14 is 1,000 hours to platinum.
Yes, but he doesn't really play games that are an hour long. Let's see.
He has a lot of he has a lot of JRPGs that are platinum. CJ is low key a deceiving, really conniving bastard. He's like, I'm all about just doing one trophy and moving on. And then you just look at his list for a little deeper, just a little deeper, and you're like, CJ, you are full of shit. You are playing fucking every JRPG under the sun and platinuming them. What are you trying to prove here? You're not Ikemenzi. You're you.
Yeah, I'm just like looking at what people are playing.
There's probably more games.
Darrell played Resident Evil 6 again on PlayStation 3.
I mean, that doesn't really surprise me.
Wait a second. My Name is Mayo 3 is a valid game?
I believe it's an hour long. So I think that the hold up. How long? Oh, yeah, for that, how long to be?
And how is Tricky not on the list?
Name is Mayo. Yeah, it's 1 hour exactly. It's literally 1 hour. So if somebody wants to troll and literally put 0 seconds as a time and knock that shit down a bit, we can delete that point. I'm kidding. We'll never delete it. It's too late.
Shout out to Red Bitty Rick for platinum Skyrim.
Yeah, he just did it.
I know, but all hail our Lord and Savior Todd Howard.
Did you hear about Xbox?
What about Xbox?
Oh,
that
man,
was the most general statement ever.
You didn't hear? You didn't hear about Microsoft? Okay, so like they literally let loose something that is gonna mind fuck you. Are you ready?
Okay. I'm ready.
If the Activision Blizzard deal falls through, does not go through, the Microsoft might sell Xbox.
I saw that. Tricky put that into. Are we sure about that?
Not everyone's reporting on it.
I don't know. It's hard to believe because they pretty much came out and said they were dedicated.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know if I can believe it, but the source was someone who is extremely reliable. Like he's usually on point about this stuff, so like it's not, as of right now, it's not improbable that they would do that. Like that, meaning that there is a chance now that Microsoft might just go, get out of here, we're done with you, and sell it to someone. Sad day. Competition is needed for this environment, and we're about to lose it.
We still have PC. But would they sell the Xbox hardware or the Xbox Game Pass?
No, the whole division, like their gaming division, is just going to go to someone else. Like Microsoft is selling Microsoft Gaming, including the PC orientation of it. So like somebody else is going to own that. So they may, I'm not saying that Xbox would go away, and I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but but like somebody else in a year or two from now might be selling Xbox, and it won't be, and it might not be at Microsoft, which is weird to think about.
Here's an article from 2 days ago that says Xbox will exist if Activision Blizzard deal falls through, says Microsoft's Phil Spencer.
Yeah, it's from the VG something video game. Yeah, the guy who created that is a very trustworthy, reliable source, apparently.
Yeah, this is an important acquisition for us. It's not some linchpin to the long term. Xbox will exist if this deal doesn't go through. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to sell Xbox.
So they ended up coming out and saying that they aren't going to sell it?
Xbox will exist if Activision Blizzard deal falls through, says Microsoft Phil Spencer. This was 2 days ago.
All right, that's good. So then the guy was wrong.
Yeah, I didn't think so, because they've been coming out left and right and saying that they're trying to build a brand.
Yeah, it would be a shame. I'm sorry. We can keep on going.
No, go on.
No, I'm done with that topic. That's about as far as I wanted to go. So it's just kind of like a jolt in, jolt out type of thing.
All right. Well, anything else, or should we land this plane?
So if you guys have anything you want to add, like anything and I'm talking to the community, anything that you, don't be afraid to come to me with ideas like Tricky did, because his idea was not bad. It's just the issue was more of there isn't really any disputes, because I literally just go in and I tell you if it's okay or not.
Yeah, I reach out to you sometimes and be like, "Oh, is this game good to count? Can I count this game?" Because
like people are trying to ask like many different people. Like people are coming to ask Kalai if stuff counts, Darrell, Zach, Joe, and they come to me at the end of the day. They all PM me. So to avoid their suffering, please PM me, because everything that they're getting is coming back to me anyways.
Yeah, because your knowledge of some of the stuff, you have a lot more knowledge on a lot of the video game stuff than I do. Because I'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's right," and you'll be like, "No, Kalai, you gave him too many points." I'm like, "Oh, I did."
There was that one time when Darrell gave Jared too many points, and then Jared like privated his account because of that, I think. So I had to stop. I couldn't update his stuff, and that that was all. That stemmed from like Darrell just like not updating correctly.
It happens. We make mistakes and then we fix them.
Yeah, but like, in general, just come to me, ask me the questions. You can ask them, but just keep in mind, if you're wondering about if a game is allowed, etc., they're going to come to me anyways. They're not going to just say yes or no. They're going to come to me. if you're trying to pull one over on me, they're still going to come to me, and I'm going to figure this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
There have been a few times where people did try to pull one over on me. They did, and they failed.
Yep.
Because they all just report to me on this stuff.
Yep, that's why you're the commish.
Again, this is a fun event. Let's keep it at that.
All right, let's land this plane. JT, do you have anything to say?
No.
Closing thoughts?
No.
Okay. All right, guys, if you like this, please listen to our other shows. We have the Comic Cast. We do have the Drift Cast. If there also have our Discord, we have our Facebook, we have our Patreon. Please, please, please come support us. Listen to our podcast so we can do more stuff for you. The more you listen, the better we can do for you.
Please, please, please bully Darrell into making a poop sock. Yeah, I'll give it the thumbs up on that statement.
All right. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode of The Loop.
Poop sock.
Get right or get left, what will it be? Time is running out, the blood is flowing down the street.